When you think of Romania, the first thought that may come to mind is that of the infamous city of Transylvania, which was made popular by the story of Dracula. But while you may think that Transylvania proper is the most haunted place in all of Romania, given its roots in vampire fiction, there's also a forest in this region that harbors tales of ghosts and aliens, even being referred to as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, and that is the Hoia-Baciu forest. The Hoia forest has been estimated to be 55,000 years old and sits on the west of the city of Cluj-Napoca, the unofficial capital in the region of Transylvania. And this forest is gorgeous. It's a super popular place for people to go visit. There's a bike path. You can go hiking or paintballing and do archery there. It's 729 acres of land, so it's very beautiful, very expansive, and it seems like a bit of an oasis away from the city life. But aside from it being a picturesque location to go and spend an idyllic weekend afternoon in, the Hoia Forest actually plays host to a number of paranormal experiences, from ghost stories to urban legends, marking this forest as a popular tourist attraction for paranormal investigators and the like, with the show Ghost Adventures even having roamed these woods for proof of the spirits that are said to haunt this location. But like all supernatural phenomena, there are skeptics who think that this forest is not haunted at all, that everything has been made up for entertainment value, and what people experience, what they see, what they hear, could be simply explained away as being one of the many species of animals that live inside this forest. So who is right here? Today we will be looking into a number of experiences people have said to have witnessed inside of the Hoia-Baciu forest. Within the Hoia forest lies an unsettling sight, especially when coupled with the fog that rolls in. The trees inside this forest twist and lean every which way, making it appear as though these trees are alive, dancing and speaking to one another, and making you feel as though if you get close enough, perhaps one will even reach out and touch you. Scientists have come to the Hoia forest to research why these trees don't grow straight upward and why they also twist in a clockwise direction, but they haven't been able to figure out why these trees grow the way that they do. Called by some the Bermuda Triangle of Romania because of how many people have been said to have disappeared within its trees. This forest is said to be one of the most haunted in the world. One can't help but think of the stories associated with this place as they roam throughout the crooked trees in the silence, wondering which spirits may be watching them, if they believe. Some of the more popular tales of this forest include a story where a young girl disappeared while walking through the forest, only to emerge 5 years later. Having not aged a day, her clothes were completely undamaged and was the exact same outfit that she had been wearing on the day that she disappeared. And she also had no recollection of where she had been during that time. Another story tells of a shepherd and his 200 sheep who disappeared within the forest as well, which was reportedly where the forest got its name from. And then there are those who enter the forest feeling completely fine, just to experience intense feelings of anxiety shortly after. And others exit the forest with bruises and scratches with no discernible idea as to where they obtained those injuries from. And to add to the already unsettling mysteries and stories that surround the Hoia forest, there have also been stories of encounters with UFOs. Within the Hoia forest, there is a place that is called the Poiana Rotunda, also known as the Dead Zone or the Clearing. It's a place where no vegetation can grow, except for grass that is the same exact height, in an area that is almost a perfect circle. Scientists have tested the soil from this dead zone, but no reason as to why nothing grows there has been found. And it's within this area that a lot of the paranormal activity has been said to occur. In the 1960s, a biologist named Alexandru Sift took pictures of a disc-shaped object that he saw flying through the sky while in the forest. Followed by, in 1968, a military technician named Emil Barnia was walking through the forest with his girlfriend and a few of his friends. And this group wasn't out at midnight on a full moon looking for strange activity. This was actually a sunny summer afternoon. After a while, Emil's girlfriend noted that she saw something weird, so Emil came over to her to look at whatever she was seeing. and that's when they saw a shining silver disc-shaped object in the sky. This UFO was only in their field of vision for around 2 minutes, but that was enough time for Emil to pull out his camera and take 4 pictures, which have become famous amongst believers. Though there were many who believed that these photos were completely fabricated, or that Emil and his friends had simply gotten wrong the object that they'd seen in the sky, and that it was probably a weather balloon that had been photographed at an odd angle. However, when investigators looked into what had been in the sky that day, weather balloons, blimps, anything like that, nothing could be pinpointed to have been flying over the area at that time. Emil's negatives had also been tested to see if he had altered them in any way prior to development, but no evidence tampering could be found. Some believe that the hauntings of the Hoia forest go back as far as the Neolithic period. History suggests that people settled in that area around 6500 BC, one of the earliest settlements in the country, leading some people to think that the forest is now haunted by those early settlers, who are still wanting to keep a claim to their land even to this day, with the rumor that the ghosts of these early settlers take on the appearance of human-shaped shadows who wander through the woods at night. There are those who have experienced hearing screams or laughter from young girls within the forest. Others hearing animals running around that they can't see. Some have spotted orbs flying in amongst the trees, or will see faces within the photos that they've taken. Others have even witnessed seeing glowing green eyes staring at them from far away in the forest. Some believe that the reason why the Hoia forest is referred to as being the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, and why so many people have been said to have gone missing while in the forest, is due to there being a portal to a different dimension within the forest. And where this other dimension is or what it looks like, nobody knows. But some people who have gone into the forest and who exited later claimed that they were missing time, meaning that while they were in the forest, they lost hours. They didn't know what they had been doing with their time in the forest because they knew that they hadn't been in there for that long. So it's kind of saying that if they go into the forest, they think they walked around for about 20 minutes, they come out and it's suddenly been 5 hours later. And many believe that these disappearances, this portal, this alternate dimension is overseen by aliens. There are guided tours that will take travelers through the Hoia forest, where the guides will go into the history, the mystery, and the folklore surrounding the forest that can last around 3 hours, either during the day or at night. For the night tours especially, a lot of the time is spent in the dead zone, as that's where a lot of the paranormal activity is said to occur, and let's be real, if you're going out there at night, that's probably what you're hoping to experience. On some tours, they use EMF meters, Geiger counters, and other tools to see what can be experienced. In July, there's a Hoia-Baciu night run, which is a race on the trail through the forest spanning approximately 10 to 20 kilometers at night. Of course, I will say that there's obviously a lot of logical explanations to explain what has happened within the Hoia forest that people attribute to being hauntings. There are also a number of posts on TripAdvisor of people saying that they did not experience anything out of the ordinary on their trip to the Hoia forest. Of course, the trees are going to look a bit spooky when you walk in there, and with all of the legends and the myths that surround this forest, prior to going inside, you were kind of setting yourself up to see things in a different way, to want to experience these things, to see something that's nothing and make it into something. We as a society tend to spend so much time in urban centers that being in a secluded portion of nature kind of makes us uncomfortable. Though with that being said, I totally do believe in ghosts and aliens and things like that, and with that one area being a complete lack of vegetation with no scientific explanation, I think that is very, very interesting. Like, it almost kind of seems like a weird crop circle. I personally believe that there is magic and the supernatural and energy and things like that around us at all times. So I'm certainly biased here, but I do love the mystery surrounding this forest. But that is it for today's video. I would love to know your thoughts on the Hoia forest. And if you are new to my channel, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you've not already. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.